Once we have our question, before we actually begin designing our experiment, we have to come up with this idea of what we think is going to be the answer. And we call this the hypothesis. It's more than what you just think, though. It's what you think based on the science that you have been learning about. So think about what you've learned about genetics so far this year, but also think about what you've learned about plants in your lifetime. And think about the factor, the independent variable that you are using, and what do you know about how that factor might affect plants, okay, or the seeds in this case. So the hypothesis is an answer to the question, and it's almost like an initial claim. We write a hypothesis as a statement. Okay, it's an answer to a question, a one-sentence statement. It may or may not be supported by our lab, but that's what we're going to do. Okay, and so since we're not sure if that's the correct answer, if that's the correct claim, we don't call it that yet. Okay, we just call it the hypothesis. So to write a hypothesis, you can replace these terms in red with what you've already answered. So let's just say I used purple growth spray, okay, as my variable. And I think it's going to control the weight of the seeds. I think it's going to affect the weight of the seeds. And I just made that up randomly. Do not use purple growth spray. If you do, you will get it wrong because you're using my example. But you're going to replace this with purple growth spray and the weight. So yours would sound something like this. Purple growth spray affects the weight of Nicotiana seeds because purple, this is where you'd have to use your previous knowledge. Now, really, I don't know anything about why purple growth spray would affect the weight. So obviously that's not what I would use. You want to use something that you know a little bit about. But if I had heard or read a study that purple is absorbed more by the seed, that might be my reasoning here. Okay.